Good evening. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction towards your best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the planetary aspects surrounding us. This message is timeless as all energy is cyclical. However, if you do happen to be a Life Path 7, you can check the playlist for all the Life Path 7 messages. So I'm trying the dual cameras again today. I don't know if it'll work, but we will give it a shot here. So I wanted to include the links, of course, for my Angie notes that you see here in front of me if you'd like to follow along. And I also included all of the symbols and signs that I saw on our 3-hour drive today. They just kept occurring. So I put them on a graphic and am wondering if you saw any of the same symbols and synchronicities either today or just in general, because I'm going back to my Tuesday notes because it came up again. So, my Tuesday notes, I had a picture of a candy corn of all things. I know. And then I was like, okay, well, what peanut do you need for a payday? If you've never heard, if you've ever mixed candy corn and peanuts in a little bowl, like puppy chow, if you have ever made that, the candy corn and peanuts taste like a payday. That was on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I had the most beautiful staring contest with a squirrel right outside my door as I was getting ready to go outside and get my second package delivery that went to a wrong neighbor. And I swear, you guys, that squirrel was looking in my soul. And I don't want to cry, but I was like Lola's big old eyes looking back at me, and I was talking to it, and it just literally just sat there and was super curious. I've lived here 10 years and never has that ever happened. So that's why I have my little squirrel here today, with the big old eyes that was looking back and back at me. And I thought at that moment, I wish I had a peanut for her. Go about the rest of my day. And then late last night, I'm walking around the house with my slippers on that I have now. And I was like, what the hell is in my damn slipper? I take off the slipper and shake it out. I'm not joking. It was a fucking peanut. I'm not kidding. Where that peanut came from or how long it has been there, I do not know. I could have been walking around on it for days. But hence our question that I'm going to be asking today. At the end, I'll be asking all signs, what nut do you need to find for a payday? So here's down here in the brown to match the brown of the squirrel, all the synchronicities or spiritual symbols of a squirrel, if you're curious. So it's all about being playful. It's time to play. It's lightening our load. And it's asking us also what's cluttering our life right now. Well, that peanut was certainly cluttering my slipper. And it's also about being resourceful and being able to manifest anything we need right now. And it was also a note to, if we're feeling a little erratic, to slow down and listen to our inner selves and focus on one thing at a time. Good luck with that with me, I know. But they're enormously curious and they often forget where they have hidden former peanuts that then grow into, or acorns, right? That then grow into trees. So I saw all that come out in the Sabian symbols. You can read the notes there, and I included it on my write up today. It is a path of change day. Today's the 25th. A 2 and a 5 is a symbol of a chariot. When we add today's date, we do get 43. So let me know if you're 43 years old, or if anything 43 years ago in 1982 happened that was significant for you. This was a 1010 year, okay, which was a 20 year, which is the sign of a symbol of judgment or the judgment card. and 2 plus 0 is a 2. That makes it a special 2-year 1982. So that's why I want to know if you can remember anything, if you changed homes, if you changed schools. I know that's when I changed schools. I was 10 years old and it changed everything for me. I got to be in a littler pond and met some very good friends that I still value today. So it could also have to do the 10 of change, right? The wheel of fortune. Did you maybe become notorious that year yourself? So I am very curious about that. Now, the open a bottle and our hearts. Also, I talked about that yesterday. The song, it was the second single because it came up again today. I'm like, what is it with this freaking song? And I posted the date about it on those notes, and it was the same day as the whatever it's called, candy corn. What peanut do you need for a payday? And it was the second single from the seventh album. Okay, so our special path 2 of 1982 year, and then today is our 7 day. So that might be significant for some of y'all, but I am happy to say that the dawn of a new day, everything changed, is in the sun energy today. Virgo, and I think I talked, was that Brandy's personal message that came through with a dance or dancer, some receiving instruction towards mastery because it came out for, I believe it wasn't Salacia, it was Prosperina. And now it is in where Mercury is today. So that energy is going to be amplified, right? That is there for our Venus energy for love, receiving instruction towards mastery, Eight of Pentacles energy. Our Mercury is all about learning how to play. Squirrel, okay? It's children blowing soap bubbles. Now, remember, these symbols were defined in 1925, so 100 years ago this year, and they still come out in my readings every single day. On our drive, I've never seen so many damned horses. It was awesome. I think I counted 7 at the last count. There were 2 horse and buggies because we went through Amish country. They were building things. We saw a sign showing if you want an Amish barn built, right? And this is where Mars, the planet of action, is in Scorpio today. It's at a house raising. Copy or the pictures of those Sabian symbols are always attached to my Angie notes. And this is about building a more stable future by working with others in a group. Okay. All right. So I am very curious where we go today. Again, I'll be asking for all signs at the end. What signs or what nut do we need for our payday? And then I also wanted you to take note here, if you, I would say maybe if you're in an intermediate level of understanding your birth chart, there is this beautiful kite in the sky today. We have the sun opposing Neptune, that's in retrograde. And then we also have this beautiful trine, this air trine energy between the sun, Pluto of transformation, and Uranus, shock and surprises. So let me know how that is shaping for you. You can just put the point here if you want to take a screenshot even, and then you can use that to point right up to where this Pisces and Aries energy is in your own birth charts to see how that might be playing out for you today. All right. So without further ado, we will get going with today's reading. That's always the reading before the reading. Let me say quick hellos here as shuffling there to Miss Brandy, Miss Jennifer. Thank you guys for being here. Crystal, thank you so much from Aussie. Appreciate you being here. Ms. Monica, I hope you had a wonderful day. She just gave was today, right? That you had your speech yesterday or today, and an all beautiful bright pink suit, vested suit. And today is Pink Chakra Day, so that'd be funny if it was if it were today. So we make sure, hi everybody to you two right back there. Miss Peg, Miss Kathy, and Diana. Thank you guys all so much for being here. And there's Mr. Brett. Thank you for being here, guys. I really appreciate your energy. 1982, you got pregnant with your first son. So that was quite a notorious year then if you were a first time mother, I would say. Oh, Miss Brandy showing off. You was only one. Okay, fine. Teasing you. Oh my goodness. Yep. And yep, you guys were probably mostly you were watching a clip on the Amish. Stop it. That's hilarious. Hi, Zach. Thank you for being here so much. So, Kathy, you were 16 too there, along with somebody else was just said they were 16. I think it was Diana. Yep, 16 in 1982. Well, I were 10, so you would have been babysitting. Hey, at least I was a fun kid. All right. 59. There's the 14 of the Saggy horses. Wailing tree, and it came out in reverse. So even though these cards aren't reversals, I'm going to take that into consideration here because I've been talking forever. Plus, it's a tree, right? Today's matching energy or sister energy to the Chariot, keep forgetting I have the screen here, would be the Tower. And on the thumbnail is the Light Seers deck, and which you see, I didn't even remember till I posted it. I was like, holy crap, that's the card that has the squirrels flying out of the tree because it's representative of the Tower. So it feels like here we're trying to avoid a tower here. Okay, and we're reconciled in the energy. Well, that was a big old flyer. I'll stop there then. Yep, reconciling the energy, guys. It was upside down for a reason because we have our 39, which is a 12 of the Hanged Man. Seeing something from a completely different perspective, doing our 180. And I think Sunday and Monday, the 12s were everywhere. I talked about it. It said it felt like since the 2-2, 22s are still coming up. It felt like we've done either a couple somersaults where we got upended, turned back upright again, and then that's happened a couple times. So 35, that's an 8. So we saw this come up in the shuffle on our last live, getting back to integrity, detox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit, taking care of you. So I'm glad that even though you don't read these in reverse, that's what it felt like to me. And there's the Wheel of Fortune to turn ish in our favor. So we'll see where we go here. Now, I do have a smaller screen area. I wish there could be less of me so you could see all the cards, but I'll do my best here with what we got. Now, we still have a waxing crescent moon where we're to have faith in our dreams. Okay, and we did talk about that flow, all the water there yesterday. And speaking of water, there's the moon maiden, Cancerian energy. Uh, I wish Sarah were watching. So if you did read my write-up, I had another funeral today. I know. But there was a picture of Nathan who passed away 14 years ago. And they had pictures there because it was his mom who passed away. We've been to see his gravesite and visit her 14 times every year. And he was standing, they had pictures of him, of course, and he was standing next to his dad, and they were both wearing jerseys that said 41. And again, with 14 coming up in that energy, we've got 1441. So then, of course, that would be a palindrome. I'm going to keep that. Yes, I am. I'm going to keep that. Water, water, fire, fire, water, water. All right, let's get our general reading out here. We are still in a Scorpio moon. So I am going to use my moon deck. That was already saged and shuffled. So let's look at the Pre-reading energy here, Scorpio, right there, Mars, the house raising, building a stable future. Again, this is pre-reading or surface energy. And we've got the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius there. Ten of Wands, also Sagittarius. Using our passion, letting go quickly of what has been already let go of, because there's nothing to be done about these poor animals that have passed at the carelessness of humans. This is an oil spill here, and moving now quickly because this reconciliation energy, right? We see that that pain in a different way. We see it as the teacher, and we're setting that down quickly. What burden are we setting down? There would be our Five of Cups, where Scorpio is right now in Mars as well. So there's that book ending energy. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is going to be cardinal green, cardinal earth of Capricorn. This is a new teamwork, or a new community doing something as a team, or a new beginning of a relationship, or we are working together with others to help us, or even help them if we've done the work here of the High Priestess of the Sea, if we've done the work of meticulously taking apart every single piece of that net. Because had she not done that careful work, that High Priestess of the Sea would not have been able to take another breath, and perhaps met the demise like these poor creatures did. So decision time much? Yeah, I think so. Could be on a one-to-one partnership there, especially with that Three of Pentacles. You could have a new offer here of something that is more balanced for you. When you are balanced, divine timing, Wheel of Fortune is activated. And then that's when ish starts really happening. Here is our children blowing soap bubbles energy. That would be the Six of Pentacles. So fixed earth, that's going to be Taurus energy there, but learning how to play. And this deck, this is about community, and the mermaids are blowing in oxygenated water, and then the water, oxygenated air, and then the fairies carry off those pentacles so they can be have new life breathed into them. I just saw that peek out of there. Another Wheel of Fortune right there. This is showing me there's a change in the energy, guys, which I really do love. This is an uptick of positive change. There are so many of you who have done such good work with your healing. And though it's never over, there's always, it gets so tiring of, oh, we need to heal. And look what flew out here. Okay. Oh, we need to heal. Well, that part's never done. So I know it does it can feel pretty tedious, especially when you've experienced so much of it. I don't know if any of you are in a personal 9-year like I am. Turn of fate here with your own balance of head and heart. If Kaylee's here, or when you go back and watch this, girl, we just talked about this. King of Cups is the diplomat energy, also Scorpio representation there. Let's see where we go here. What is this change of fate all about? What's changing? Yeah, no more nightmare sirens, because again, this is the burden that's being set down here. And that's what changes your energy, that healing, all that work there. And instead of the nightmare siren with the moon maiden energy over here, then in this deck, the moon card is representative of the healing siren, who sends out songs of healing through the ocean's waves. Okay, this new beginning may start right here at the next full moon in Aries. And there it is again. So choice here with the Lover's energy, the diplomat, head and heart of the King of Cups. this could be very well. I mean, that feels very Marsy, even though this is a Gemini card, because Mars in its own sign, or Mars in its own planet, right? Mars in its own sign of Scorpio is going to stir some ish up. And if this is a lover's energy, there's our King of Wands again. I feel like we're ready here to see what's happening. This is for those of you who have done your healing work and are setting down that last burden. And when you get that Ace of Wands energy to come through, here comes this new choice here for you. Yep, that's the truth here. Okay, so you are your energy, dear learning lovers, is that of I've discovered this long buried truth, and there's no, it's all coming back to me now, or there's no turning back on it now. Yep, there's no turning back now. Okay. Full moon energy. If you have not left this yet, this is a situation that you either have left or are about to leave because of this long buried truth. This is a whole new world, a whole new life. Okay. It's a very different energy than we've been experiencing so far. The opportunity is perhaps here because this is a Five of Swords. It's the all fun and games until someone gets hurt. I mean, they're playing with swords, so that kid got cut. Book ending the Ace of Swords is a Six of Swords, which is spirit carrying us to calmer. Ooh, squeezy. That's correct. That reads as a Six of Swords here. We are on our way to calmer waters. Recent past here, we got an ace and an ace. There's an 11. We've discovered some kind of pearls of wisdom as the treasure here. Part of the reading can't can't get away from these swords, man. These swords of truth. This is discernment. That would be our Libra energy and Mercury. This reading is all about communicating this change about what you're walking away from. And in the near future, yeah, this is appreciating the gold, the treasure that you had with this person. It doesn't feel like there's animosity here. Of course, there's going to be pain. There's always that. It's never something that's easy when we have to say goodbye to something here. 55 energy. I saw that today as well. 55. And then, of course, at the funeral, I saw the picture of Nathan and his dad wearing the 41 and the 41. And I was like, it's right here. The block could be that this surprises someone else. Last reading, it was like that was definitely your guys' energy. But it feels like this other person's shock because they thought this was a treasure. I don't know that they knew your truth here. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? That when you walk away from this, letting sleeping giants lie, right? There's nothing more to be done here. This is the card of healing, the 17, the star. That was on my graphics. I saw like 3 different star symbols on our road trip there today in 3 hours. What is the outcome energy? Look at that, you guys. Damn, 555. Peg. Y'all know my story about 555. Well, and I did just get back from another funeral, so we shall see here what could possibly be ending here. This is our Venus energy, Taurus energy. Something, it's definitely a love story, guys. Using your intuition, it's you tried your dang best. You tried to show what was on offer here. This is a weeping willow tree. So when I was saying this felt like it's a shock to the other person or a surprise to the other person, I'm coming back to that energy of you really did your best. That was a couple readings ago. So that energy is still here. So maybe it's coming time to deliver this news that somebody doesn't want to hear. Um, why am I being pulled to the moon? Yeah, okay. The greens, the new beginnings. And then she's underwater, much like we saw there on that Scorpio's power card, that death card. Those animals that are underwater there. This person just they were out of their depths. Okay, they could not swim in the same fishbowl with your energy is all. It doesn't make anybody a bad person. It's just when it's not a vibrational match or when the lesson's been learned, it's time. The kind thing is it's time to go. There she is. So if you are in a place, I apologize. I know I don't need to, you guys know me, but just hard. If this is your reading, I can feel uh, your emotion on this. This is not easy. What's going on with this King of Pentacles? So this story revolves around a love, obviously, and then we've got the Chariot, and today is the Chariot energy. This could be happening for you now, depending on the timeline that you're on. We're all on different timelines here, but 5-5, it's done. And if you know what I mean by that, of when I've gotten that number, it's not pleasant. Six of Cups energy here. Here's the energy of play. So these are all kids clinking cups here. After this healing, so know that your friends and loved ones from your past will come into the present to help you move into this new future. You're navigating by your feelings and by the light of the moon. So again, if this has not happened yet, the full moon in Aries is in the first week. I'm not sure on the degrees off the top of my head. I'd have to look. But do remember Chiron, the healer, is also in a Four of Wands stage. It's in the last decan of Aries there. Avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. You have to know this is the right thing to do, okay? For whoever this reading is for. And you'll know that if that's you or not. If you've already made this cut, you know it was for the best, but it sure was not something you thought you'd say goodbye to. But you're following your intuition here. You really did offer your emotions, Pisces. I mean, they're the deepest feelers here with that high priestess energy. And then with the moon card here doubling up on it, whatever this was, if this reading is for you, you did it with love. Whoever this is, guys, I'm feeling you. Gosh, please email me and let me know I'm not crazy. Well, I be, but anyway, regardless, you know what I mean. Let's see what our countering energies here are in the divine masculine energy. So our yin energy would have been the one to surrender and let this go. Okay, and I'm just going to scoot these guys over. And our yang energy, I feel that as our planetary energies surrounding us that help push us to take action or that slow us down, depending on what's happening in the cosmos. And it feels like that here. It's taking action on the decision, right? I see it. I want it. It's mine, and this choice here to be made. The nightmare, the burden of this nightmare, you balancing your energy and doing this in a kind way. Five of Cups, honoring the love and the lessons that were learned here. Um, helped you as well. We've got an 88 here, helped you as well unpack not only your high priestess abilities here, but it helped you unpack your own shadows. We do this together when we are mirrored with another soul, right? Every one-to-one relationship, every close friendship, every tight bond with a sibling is a mirror to help show us who each other is, right? Again, 88 energy. I don't know if you graduated in 88. The Two of Swords added to the Seven of Swords here, the Two of Swords fueling this. The opportunity is to face face the music. The Seven of Swords is about traditionally, I know a lot of people vilify that card, but traditionally, it is about soulmates, and it is about taking swords away from the camp so that they can't use them to harm other people. And it feels like you're issuing this truth here so no more harm can be done because for whatever reason you understand that as an act of love, um, you've done the best you can here. Okay, you definitely need to know that. um, so Seven of Swords again is about strategy. So I feel like this is for the best good of you both. Otherwise, the universe doesn't balance. We certainly wouldn't be getting two Wheel of Fortune cards from two separate decks. Um, if it wasn't for the best and the highest good of both, um, then you would be getting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. Okay. This is an alignment. This is the right thing. Okay. And with this treasure box here of the Ace of Pentacles fueled by the devil, this was not easy. This was a very scary decision. Again, the block, Queen of Wands. So in the environmental energy, there could have been either other couples or maybe even parents that did not agree with your decision, or just in general, whatever this construct was made you feel caged. And the heart of the reading is a singular energy of wish fulfillment for self. And what spirit wants you to know is this is a wish granted. This is part of the pathway. Okay, that you do this. It's how you get to the star. Oh, I am hugging you right now if this is your reading. All right, near future, we got double Scorpio here. This is happening in Mars time, Mars and Scorpio time. This can even be within the first decan, guys. So the 30 days of each month or each sign divide into three. The first decan is going to be Five of Cups. So we'll probably be seeing this quite a bit in readings here. But this is the diplomatic thing to do. This is, you've come to see now that it is an alignment of head and heart. Ooh, we've got the energy and support from spirit here saying this is part of it. Okay? Fueling that star is the wishes that you planted long ago. These can be the seeds. I wish I just kept Angie hands. These are the seeds that you planted that you forgot about. These are the dreams and wishes that you gave up for whatever this was. And it doesn't mean that it wasn't wonderful. There was a lot of gifts here. Um, you forgot about these other ones, and that's the nut that makes your payday. Are the dreams that you forgot. And if we're reading this here, how I'm interpreting as it this comes to a surprise, the block has been not wanting to shock, and that's not having the confidence to stand, and say, "Hey, I felt trapped in this." Whether it was a job, whether it was like, "I just can't continue to take care of so and so." I'm gonna have to grab a tissue, guys. I'm out over here. 2 seconds. Good golly. I've gotten this emotional in a reading for a while. Usually stuff her down. So yeah, we hadn't said this yet. Again, this is Aries, but it's Mars, right? So Mars traditionally rules Scorpio and Aries. So 5, 6, 7 fixed energy. Yeah, double Aries energy here, double Mars. This change is happening during Mars energy here. Now, Mars changes signs about once every couple of years, so we're going to be here for a hot minute. Uh, but this is what's coming up here. It's very clear in the reading. Fueling that loving way that you are delivering this news that somebody doesn't want to hear. This elevates you to senior status, the senior of all the queens, because you've done it with love. Okay. You've done it in this way and not with anger, not with strife, with the realization of this is just my truth. Please email me because this is strong. And I'm willing to bet this is more than just a few of you guys. Okay. Wow. Here is the temperance energy. Beautiful. More Sag here. That's going to be fueling the King of Pentacles. They're going to be okay. All right. The Queen of Pentacles energy book ending the Eight of Swords. Remember, this is the environmental energy as well. So if this is not a person for you, you can look at this side of the table as what's happening in the cosmos. And by you're gonna have to pull out your Queen of Pentacles here and make this decision because this volcano was always gonna blow. But this is a clear decision here, and there's your. I don't feel like you need to apologize, but I know what you mean. Being very clear about your decision. The apology that is on offer here really does help this person transmute that pain into wisdom. And there's our 180 of the wailing tree. I feel like if this reading is for you, you're the one who has stopped being upset by this truth. There's our Ace of Wands there when that burden is set down. Um, and you might have a tendency here. It's going to be confusing to other people in your past or in your circle here, but they're going to rally. They're going to rally for you and they're going to understand. But just at first, they're going to be like, "Wait, what?" It's kind of a shock. It kind of turns other people's worlds upside down. So certainly if you have children, and maybe that's when they change schools, maybe that's why my story came in there today. But the change, I remember being so upset of, well, how am I gonna, I'm gonna have to make all new friends. And I like my house and I like everybody that I can play with here, but it changed my life for the better. I got more help at school, more one-on-one attention from the teachers. It was just I got to be in a smaller pond, and that's what really helped me grow. And you get lost when you're 25, 26 kids in a classroom. So this change is going to sting. I feel like you've worked through the pain of it, and now if this person, I don't feel like they had no idea. Um, I mean, but some of you will be like, nope, they have no idea, Ange. They have no idea this is coming. It's going to be okay. Ooh, here, if you that was a beepy, and we got the squeezies. So if you needed to hear that, um, it's the right thing. Okay, it's the right thing. Woo! Man, oh man, let's get some advice for each sign, please. Let's get some advice here for you. Oh, I was going to look at my animal deck and look what was peeking out. No way. It was sitting here like split, kind of sitting open like that. 57, that is a 12 energy of the hanged man. Believe in yourself is the message from Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. If you know this is the right thing, and it is the kind thing. Okay? It is the kind thing. Ooh, ear squeeze again. Got you, Spirit. Thank you for the message. Good on the pressure there. Thank you. All right. Man. Libra through Virgo. This advice here is going to be for everyone because the sun and sun's energy is affecting us all. This is about learning how to play. You will play again. It was the last card here of our outcome energy. So advice for Libra here, Libra sun for us all, that anybody making a big change here while the sun is in Libra, and especially while Mars is in a house raising, building a more stable future by working with others in a group. And that's when we moved houses. So 40, what is it? 43 years ago. Yeah. Okay. 1982. Man, oh guys, I can barely hold it together there on that one. If you're new here, it's not normally like this. We normally laugh a lot more. Tell them, guys, tell them. Don't run away scared. Woo! Oh, good gravy. Trust, loyal to what you love. Okay. Grasshopper hopping on through, take that leap of faith. If this is your reading, like I said, it's going to be okay. You already know this to be true. There might be some people that have something to say, but this is the truth of your own wish. And the nut that you forgot that you planted um, gets to gets to come out after this. Okay. And then we've got our puzzle pieces of Sagittarius. I always draw a puzzle piece when it's a 14 day, which is a 5 day of change. And this is Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. And look what's right in the middle, you guys, a nut. There is it looks like a walnut of some sort there, but wow. take the leap of faith, okay? 30 plus 1 is a 31. That's Emperor energy. And that's all four kings in one. And he takes action. Dog days are over here. The dawn of a new day, everything changed, Nina Simone, and I'm feeling good. All right, let's go ahead and get advice for the rest of the signs. Scorpio, signs for Scorpio. Boy, that's a lot, you guys. Sha. Oh, man, did you? Yeah, it is date night. It is. The gang's all back together. The band's getting back together again. Hey, Jonna, thank you so much for being here, Miss Monique. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Oof. Oh, thank you, Salty Mama. These readings are teachings from the soul to heal our hearts. So powerful. You can't teach what you don't heal. Oof. That's exactly right. Oh boy. There's our chariot. 53 and 8 seahorse spirit. So Scorpio, watch and wait. It's a role reversal, right? Seahorses, the males carry babies. Crossed by 22. Can't make it up. Dragonfly, truth transcends illusion. I'm sorry that this is the truth. It's never easy, is it? Okay, I want to get these guys so I have my columns here of energy. And for just as a side note, Libra sun energy is indeed 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune here twice from two different decks, just saying. All right. So that was for Scorpio. Let's look at this Sag energy. Certainly had a lot to be working on healing this year. That is for sure. 13. 13, Scorpio's power number there. Also 4 of the Emperor, independent energy, cat spirit. Claim your independence there, Sagittarius. I love all the oranges and the fieriness of that card. Okay, and that is crossed by koala. An 8 to 35 or an 8 spirit has a plan. I'm telling you, Saggy season, something is up. I can't shake it. All right, Capricorn, Nightingale. There's 41. So Nathan and his mom were both Saggies, but again, they're 41s on their jerseys there today at the funeral. That was really neat. Nightingale spirit, love is all around. Hey, I feel like that's the support here that you'll be getting from your friends and family. Pigs were on my graphic today. There was a motorcycle shop called Hogs, HAWGS, and more. And I was like, huh, that's funny. And then, like 2 minutes later, there was, how the stone geese were all the rage on the porches for a while. It was a stone pig. So, hogs and hogs. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. That's a 47 and 11 energy there. Okay. All right. Capricorn to Aquarius. So that'll be my air. And now we've got our Libra, Scorpio. We got our water column going here. All right. So, Cody Doe, Libra, Scorpio. Oh, I got to come over here. Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cappy. There we go. All right. Now Aquarius. Now back to my air column over here because those are all going to blend together as well. My screen is smaller. There we go. All right. Not easy when you got big deck cards. Oh, there's Kaylee. Am I on point? Okay. You gave birth to your daughter in 88. I'm glad that these things are coming up for you guys. And although not a lot of people look at my graphics or Angie notes, that's not why I put them up. It's okay, but they are a reference for you if you ever do want to go back and look. And especially when big events happen and you go back and look at those dates, I'm betting you will find something there for you. Okay, Aquarius, giraffe spirit, 29, Queen of Swords energy in a lot of my decks, actually, because it's all about pulling up and seeing the higher picture. Um, Seeing the bigger picture here, Aquarius. Aquarius is hosting Pluto, the planet of transformation. And here's a groundhog, 31. Time to let go, Aquarius. It's time to transform. You can't fight coming outside of the cocoon. You've already gone through the hard part and crystallized and everything else. It's time to get those wings working. Okay, Aquarius. Wow. All right. I think there might be something else there for you. Flying high again, Aquarius, 43, owl spirit. You see clearly now. So, with Pluto being a generational planet that affects us all, that could be for everyone too, especially with Wolf there being a 67, which is a 13. Again, Scorpio energy coming out of the cocoon, turning knowledge into wisdom. That's transmuting. Okay. And for Pisces energy advice for the Pisces portion of our chart. Now that air trine that I drew on my notes today, keep that in mind. That's a strong one. And it was opposing Neptune and Aries. So we're seeing a lot of those fours. Pisces energy here that is going to be read in the water column with Scorpio. That would be a trine in your chart. I've made a birth chart for you. Those are going to be all the blue writing areas. Okay. Pisces 33, that was one of the numbers I put on my graphics today. All the horses, 7 horses we counted. And the path of freedom is the lover's energy, which is a 6. Today's energy is the path of change with the chariot. So there's all the horses there. And I just got done talking about the kite that I pointed out earlier. We've got this lesson, Daddy Saddy is in Pisces, and it's an internal lesson. So know that this is the right change, okay? Yeah, and it stings. Yeah. North Node of Destiny, you signed up for this lesson with this person, okay? So we can see the mirror image of ourselves and they themselves. And it's adding up to a 10 of the Wheel of Fortune for your own divine yin and yang balance. Okay, speaking of Aries here to go with that cat energy. Another 4, 44, mouse spirit, tend to the small things. And I just got the image in my head of the Guardians of the Night Tarot where the mouse, it's the Hierophant card. Ooh. So Aries, where you're supposed to be taking leadership, you might feel um, obligated. That card in the Guardians of the Night is about this mouse that has to take over the family business, and it's not his shtick, and he has to say no. Like, but it's like expected of him. So Aries, I don't know if there's something that is expected of you, um, especially with Chiron being there in the third deacon of the Four of Wands, one-on-one commitment. If it's overwhelming, if it's just too much to think about your independence right now at this moment, start small, do the little things and start building up to it. Okay. Crossed by koi fish. Beautiful. Yeah, that's an ending there. 36 is a 9. There is always enough. Start small. If you don't feel like you have enough funds to claim your independence right now, start stockpiling, okay? And you have more than you think you have. There's always somebody that needs to get rid of something, right? I need to get rid of a couch right now so I can clear out my dressing room, and it's a nice couch. I don't just want to toss it. It's beautiful, but sometimes it's hard to find people that are in need of that. So ask around. You never know, right? Taurus moving here with the 41 or the 5 of the Nightingale. Wow, so two birds. Be peace. So, Taurus, if you want peace, you've got to be peace, especially if you're in the brunt. If Taurus, or if you're telling a Taurus, Venus energy, um, if you're experiencing some tumultuousness in love. Now, guys, we love a lot of things and a lot of people. It's not always just partnership or commitment, right? If we want peace in any kind of relationship, then we have to be that which it is that we're seeking. Crossed by another flyer here, Moth Spirit, surrender now, 39 Hanged Man energy. If we want peace, we've got to be peace. You can't have one without the other. You cannot attract what you are not. So try to keep that peaceful heart through this hardship, okay, Taurus? You're definitely, if you're on the end of some bad news here, or news you didn't expect. All right, let's look at, ooh, and I got double chills down each side. Okay, let's look at Gemini energy, finishing out our air column here. That's our 6 of Cups energy. Elephants never forget, right? Then it says learn from the past. So 25, which is a 7, which is a 7-day today. So Gemini, especially with Uranus, the shock, right? Uranus is in Gemini right now at a symbol of Santa Claus filling stockings furtively. So Gemini, remember that you are going to have a community of support through this, okay? Um, it's just a lesson. And the only time that it's a failure is if we repeat patterns, because what's that saying? Those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. You have help here. Okay, Gemini energy, wherever you can use your whole chart, wherever Gemini is sitting in your chart as part of that air trine right now, right? Okay, you are going to have help. This is a lesson. It doesn't have to be a failure as long as we learn from it. Another ending here with Clint Bearwood, and Brown Bear Spirit is about taking time out. So maybe you just need a hot minute, whatever life area this is in your chart. Maybe you just need to breathe for just a hot second before you leap into this new life area. Leap into the new life area. Think on your feet. And another 927 at the 99. Okay, don't let yourself be one of the problems. Like, you gotta save your energy here, it feels like. Okay, Cancer energy, water energy here, the water trine coming down this column. That was a no. Cancer. Cancer portion of your chart. Jupiter's there now, and the symbol of a woman awaiting a sailboat. Some 3 of Wands energy there. It's the 3 of Wands vibe, I should say. The last beacon of Cancer, which is going to be the 4 of Cups. Waiting on something new, are ya? Jupiter, bring me my nut. Oh, okay. Let's get some laughings back up in here. Get that energy back up. Boy, that was deep, you guys. Oh, my heart just goes out to you. But it's time, okay? It's time. Oh, my whole right side feels like it's on fire. Facing the fire. Time to face the fire. Okay, Cancer. We got the double 22. So here's your synchronicities. An 8 is a 44, or the balance of the lemniscate. We got 33 and 22. I put both those numbers on my graphic today. We've also got chameleon. You are going to blend right in. It's going to flow. And look at these cool color matches, in particular, orange and blue. So speak your passion wherever Cancer is sitting in your chart to help bring this expansion in towards you. So you can call it towards you to make it less work. And that is crossing energy or fueled by otter spirit, another 6. And you are never alone. You're never alone here. Again, 6 of Cups energy to go there with that energy to help you. You have way more people around that'll help you through this, okay? All right, for Leos, we've got a lot of asteroids and fire energy right now. We've got Apollo in Leo as well, and that is early morning dew. Okay, early morning dew. Leo, what does Leo need to know? Independence, one step at a time, already in the fire energy. What is Leo, the Leo portion of our chart? What would help here if this is where this big life change is taking place? Moth to a flame, burned by the fire. My love is blind. Can't you feel my desire? That's the way love goes. Leo's about to do a 180 as well with that 12. And we've got Wombat Spirit. Be at home. Be at home in yourself. Be independent. Okay. Do one thing at a time. This, Leo, it is what it is, honey. Okay. Um, this is a change. If this reading's not for you, okay, great. Just use this for the Leo portion of your chart. But whatever you've been resisting here, come back to the home of your own self, your independence, right? Um, maybe it's been a hot minute since you've been alone and it's uncomfortable. 68 is more temperance energy. Maybe you're kind of healing some wounds or something smart's pretty good right now. Let's see what's surrounding you. Buffalo Spirit 10, Wheel of Fortune, big time change. Okay, the abundant universe will provide. Stop fighting whatever this is for you. Okay, in that Leo section of your chart. And last but not least here, Virgo. Now I got a lot of Virgo clients, and it's like, yeah, you get to go. I know it when it was Cancer season, it was like, oh yeah, you get to go first on all signs portions. Now you got to be last. Dang it. Everybody gets their turn. All right. So for Virgo, thank you guys so much for hanging with me tonight. I do miss our Thursday date nights. I was thinking about the subscriber art because that was a lot of fun too. I loved posting all the and showing off how creative all you guys were. Virgo, what's that saying? There's a saying trying to come in. I don't quite have it. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That saying is so gross, by the way. Do you guys know where that derives from? Because the baby, when they only used to have one tub of water and everybody would get clean first. This is for all you youngins out there. The baby was cleaned last out of after the mom and dad and all the kids. So they said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because at that point the bathwater was so dirty you couldn't see the baby. Don't know if you know that or not. Okay. Oh, when pigs fly, Page of Cups energy. Use your mind wisely, and maybe it has something to do with the motorcycle, the HAWG, the hogs. It's on my graphic, and the cement pig. Except this pig has wings, so it's not a cement pig. This pig can fly. And it is an 11 card, so little duality, justice energy. That's going to help bring balance here, Virgo. And think on your feet. It's all very swordsy energy, learning the brain, right? Communication, how you are thinking about things can affect the outcome. It does affect the outcome. Those are the pentacles that you are putting those pentacle dreams. You every thought you have, we put that pentacle into the wishing well. So what you need for a payday here is to use your mind wisely and to be able to think quick on your feet here. 11 and 9 is a 119 angel number in case you wanted to, clear out the clutter, but of your mind. It's your thinking, your Virgo energies, wherever that's sitting in your chart. Change how you see something, change your own words about yourself in a situation. Because if we're focusing on what we don't like, then that's going to bring more of what we don't like. It's not personal, it's just physics. Okay, it's just math, input, output, guys. Okay, it really is that simple. Bring your ideas to life, all here to do with the mental there, Virgo. All right, how are we on time? Thank you guys so much for Squirrel, yeah, for being here. There's Steph. I was talking about you earlier. Oh, hi, Michael. Thanks for coming in. I think you've been here before, so you know when I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. I was certainly in it today, guys. Man, that sucked me in. That was a tough read. So thank you for hanging in there with me, even if it was not your reading, because we can always learn something. I know when I listen to readers, if it's not my reading, I still listen anyway, because there's always something in there that's going to be there for me. Okay. So if you'd like me to pull for you, let me go ahead and take the first 5 people that put hearts in. If you really want to know what nut do you personally need for your payday, we did that for all signs. So if you'd like me to pull a card for you about what you're missing nut here. Oh, there's a song called When Pigs Fly. No way. That's awesome. And there's a pig marathon each May. Really? And they have painted pigs all over town. Maybe you're supposed to go to Cincinnati, Virgo. Maybe something's in Cincinnati there for you. Please let me know. That would be such a cool synchronicity. Thank you guys. Yep, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to start with Miss Kathy. What is the nut that you need here? I'm going to pull my chakra deck out. All right, Kathy, what nut do you need for your payday here? Well, the nut that you need here is this growth spurt here, and growing through understanding that rejection is God's protection. And look at that, recovering quickly. So it feels like your nut is being able to not get stuck in your head about something. It's more of an acceptance of, okay, I'm going to let that blow over. That was that person's opinion. That was not meant for me. It just feels like your energy is moving much faster instead of being so stagnant. You're just like, okay. And it's like not taking anything personally anymore, because when you come to that point in your spiritual journey, right, you understand that things aren't personal. Even the things that people say to you, it's about them, right? So I feel like that's kind of your superpower here, is being able to just flow, let it go. You're like, I've grown past that now. It's not affecting you, not even, not even a fraction of how it used to. Yeah, what I just said, your mindset. So this girl sees treasure and he sees loss. You've shifted your you've shifted your perspective here. And that's the nut that's gonna bring your payday. All right. Okay, Kath, I hope that makes sense and helps you there. Let me know if it resonates. You can text me if you don't want to say so. It's all right. Miss Crystal, okay, what is the nut that you need for a payday? What is the nut that you need for your payday here? What's the seed that you planted that you might have forgotten that you had planted? Okay, get on stage. So the traditional or not well the meaning of this card is being able to make use of what you have, and this is a sage on the stage kind of guy, but everybody around is like, this is not the show we signed up for, this is not what we were supposed to be seeing. But see, they're all having beverages and having a good time anyway, because it's kind of like a, well, when in Rome. So you're not you're not for a payday is when in Rome. Like, go with the flow, making the best, making fun out of something that is not fun. Yeah, like even if you get lost, right? For example, you're like, oh, it's just a side quest. It's just a side quest. Blue energy here, throat chakra. Maybe you need to convince other people in the group to loosen up, or to be like, come on, look at it this way, right? Side quest. Nothing's ever an accident, right? I feel like a side quest, something that wasn't supposed to be what it was, but you make the best of it anyway, has your nut somehow for your payday. Wow. I don't think your nut is booze, but judgment. Like, if that's what it is, or maybe you just needed to, maybe you don't drink that much, and you just needed to loosen it up, or somebody around you needs to take a stick out, and you just like, come on, there's no accidents. This is just a side quest. It's not that big a deal, right? You're not making a big a deal as some of the people that are around you for that. Miss Brandy, that was fast. What's your nut for a payday? Okay, this is the art card. I know I pulled this for you before. Because she is this is her name is something chartreuse, because we've talked about that green color. Where's Ed? Chartreuse green. And this is her continuing to do her art anyway, even though nobody really gets her. She's very eccentric here in this story. And she goes about her business and keeps creating. I felt that for you the first moment I met you, though. Like, your art is, you're not here. Maybe you're going to get some channeled messages that are incorporated into the next art piece that you make. I feel like all art you're channeling anyway, because you lose track of time, right? And when we lose doing something that we love and we lose track of time, minutes or hours feel like minutes. That is the key. That is these look like marshmallows to me. It's the marshmallows for the hot chocolate. The sun opens up. Um, Maybe this is even too of purposely, before you start your project, doing some kind of a meditation. And remember, if we don't ask our angels, if we don't ask our guides for assistance, they cannot interfere. So I feel like you need to ask for your guides to help guide a specific art project. Okay, and ask for, what do other people want to know? How can I create something that's going to help other people, that will give them this sense of, oh my gosh, I see so much more in that than just what the picture is. That's a sign of good art, right? You can there's so many different interpretations by every different person. That's what makes it fun. But I feel like if you specifically dedicate a piece to, like, okay, I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm making, but I'm just going to go for it. I have all these supplies that I already have. Okay, spirit, what's going to help me guide my hands to create something that's going to inspire other people to to have this joy or to see something in a different way, to not have judgment, right? Because judgment is such a low vibration. um I always get that for you, though. I can't believe it. I mean, of all this whole entire deck, you got to keep going here. Okay, there's so much more in you, but I feel like if you specifically channel for it and ask for that while you're making it, you might create something unlike anything you've ever created before. That feels pretty big, honey. Feels pretty big. All right. Aw, thank you, Diana. I feel like you are gifted too. Could you believe your cards the other night, Diana? And I wouldn't have known that had you not commented that was a situation or whatever that you had just gone through. And I was like, that's crazy. That was so cool. All right. Nut for Diana here. Parakeet. A parakeet. You might see a parakeet. Hold on here now. Um, so a parakeet's going to be some kind of a clue. We just skipped Mercury's moving so fast, guys. The Libra 12 was coal miners coming out of the mine into the light, right? And I talked about I forget what reading it was, a couple different readings over time, but they used to carry them so that they could tell if the air quality was poisonous and they knew to get out of the mine. But this is something about this parakeet energy here that is going to be a sign or a symbol in particular. It's like a clue to, like, a detective, something you're trying to find. If you've been feeling the heaviness or had to leave something that was other than just work and that was way more personal, I feel like that clue is going to come in, definitely to do with yellow here, which is your solar plexus, which is your own sunshine. You'll feel led to it, but it does feel like you're actually going to see a parakeet for some reason to me here. Yeah, it will be on your pathway. You will physically in the 3D see this, and that is going to be the nut that guides you to your payday. It might be in print, it might be in, I don't know if anybody buys newspapers anymore. It might very well be there, but it's going to be a clue that leads you to this next joyous thing. I know that was a weird message, but you've met me. And thank you for saying that. I think you are gifted as well. All right, Miss Baby Moon, Steph. Okay, let's see here. What is going to be the nut you need for your payday? About, what in my pants when I saw her text today because it had oh my God, it had a flippin' squirrel on it. Are you seeing this, Stephanie? That's crazy. Away. Okay. Bye, Miss Brandy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, speaking of a nut, what nut do you need for a payday? So, uh, this dragon here wants to give this acorn in trade for all the smaller acorns that this squirrel has in his bucket. But the thing is, instead of acorns being in there, there's a whole bunch of stones. The stone pig. I don't know if that has the stone pig, not the stone pig, it's the flying pig. Use your mind wisely here. If you feel like someone's pulling a fast one on you, they are. And what do you need for your payday? Your own damn intuition, because you're going to know it. You're going to know that it's a stone pig. You're going to know that there's not nuts in the bucket. They're trying to. It's like trying to get. It should be an even trade, but when you know something is not an even trade, do not take it. Okay? Yeah. Discovery. You will know. Your guide is like you will know right away. It could be coming up there for you on the next full moon. Somebody's trying to sell you. I know there's sayings for that. Uh Someone's trying to sell ice to a Eskimo or something like that, right? But you're gonna know that it's bull crap. Hay makes a bullshit. Ooh, Stonehenge. I like that. I know. Brandy likes her squirrels too. Okay. I wasn't even looking at any names or anything. That parakeet's back though. Stone. It just wanted me to stop at that because I was like, oh, I like that. All the stones, Diana. Wow. I was like, why am I stopping? I wasn't even planning on uh saying anybody's name yet, but it just wanted me to. So that little hit that you just got there, Diana, you are correct. Okay. For whatever that was for. Wow. Okay, we just had Miss Steph, Miss Jennifer, you are next. And yeah, okay, Diana, I got you right. You had the yellow parakeet. You're going to actually see the flippin' parakeet. Please let me know. Wow. Okay, I'm just flipping through, making sure I got anybody. I forget where I am on here. Oh, bye, Marcia. If you come back later, you're so welcome. Thank you. Okay. Diana, Steph, now Jennifer. Okay. Miss Jennifer. I still can't believe that I heard the car from Dukes of Hazzard. See how these get connected, you guys? Release. So the nut you need for your payday. What are you hanging on to here? The sun will come out tomorrow. I did a reading, and the song Annie came out for that. I feel like there's a nugget in there for you. Release some insecurities. Why you closing yourself off here to love, honey? Your nugget is something to do with Annie. Your daddy Warbucks coming your way? That'd be nice. Okay. So, releasing the insecurities from the past, whatever these fears are, your nugget is to release this fear of history repeating itself because it can only repeat itself if we don't learn from it. But I don't think you realize that you learned from it. So we need to release that past pain, okay? Because it has definitely affected our self-esteem as it does, but we're right there. So it might just be as simple as a ponopono. Uh, Text me or email me and I'll give you a link. There's a ton of them on YouTube, but I know it's hard to spell. um, Even if you mess it up, if you muck it up when you type it in the description, just search for it. It'll still pull up. Um, This is something from being misjudged in some way, that somebody misjudged you. Because in this story, this rhino was judged for it's a killer, right? They're saying, "Oh my gosh, get the rhino, get the rhino. That's the villain." But here at the end of the day, the rhino saved this little boy that was lost. So if you were, it was unjust what happened. It was not fair. Whatever this is for you, you're squeezing big time. It wasn't fair. If I know anything like about shit that ain't fair, um, it wasn't. Hey, I don't know if you just need to hear that. Yeah. But you have the key here. That is actually the chalice. That is actually the love that you need to give back to yourself that was not shown to you. And that has you, feeling this way. This is like the one last little step you have to do. Okay. Do a ho'oponopono. You will feel an energetic shift. I promise you, because the sun's trying to come out here, and these are all from the past. You learn from them. You have to trust that. Okay, it's not a failure when we learn from them and we make different choices. Trust that intuition. You are not the villain here, and still feeling bad because someone made you feel that way. I know you weren't. I can feel it in the energy. More importantly, you knew that you weren't. Okay. All right. I think that's all. That's all my hearts. You're so welcome, Steph. Yeah. Guides don't accept BS. Absolutely. Okay. Ooh, there you go. There's that joy. I like that. Saw several, I didn't put it on the graphic, but several sunflowers today, which is fire energy. But thank you guys so much. I hope those thank you, Diana. You're the best. Oponopono. What do you call it? Copy it so you can paste it. Good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. That resonated for you. Thank you guys so much for being here with me as usual. I'm gonna go have me some dinner and actually pack for tomorrow since I haven't done that yet. And I fly out. I'll talk to you on the next one. I'll be back Monday, and I love you so very much. Thank you for your time tonight. Much love from my heart to yours, and see you next time.